there were a lot of other people working on television throughout the world. Were
Yeah.
you all aware of the things that were being done outside of your own laboratory?
Well, we were aware of a lot of it. Of course, a lot of the work was sort of kept semi-secret by different groups,
Mm-hmm.
but it always leaked out.
Were all of these groups trying to find, as you were, an all-electronic solution?
Well, that was the objective of the whole effort, but they were not very many groups who were actually concentrating on developing such a tube.
Who were some of those groups?
Well, the one that gets the most mention is Philo Farnsworth.
Mm-hmm. And what was he doing, and where was he doing it?
Well, he was about this time. He was a relative youngster. In fact, he got his ideas for an electronic system when he was in high school. But he was doing the work in California, I believe, mm-hmm. and was supported privately. He wasn't involved at that time with any large company.
Mm-hmm. Did he not at one point move across the river from you guys?
Yes, later years he came over and was supported by Philco,
mm-hmm.
who was a competitor in the radio field.
What about Baird?
Well, Baird was still, at that time, was still involved in promoting a mechanical system.
Oh, I see.
Although I'm sure that he, down deep, knew that that some sort of an electronic system would have to be developed.
Mm-hmm. I imagine you were all convinced eventually it would be an all-electronic system.
Yes, I'm sure that even Baird was
Right.
convinced of that.
What was Dumont doing in those days?
Dumont wasn't very much involved in those days, and he really came along a little bit later, not too much later, but a little bit later, and was involved more in the receiver end. And later on, of course, he built and sold receivers, and also, I guess, he built and sold cameras too. But he wasn't involved directly in the development of a camera tube.
Who was Ray Kell, and how was he involved in what you were doing?
I mentioned that there were two groups. There was the research group and the development group, and Ray Kell was in charge of the development group.
I see. And the development of just television, or a lot of other things?
No, it was entirely television.
Entirely television.